Welcome to the Kit Taylor Talk Show, where I'm your host, Kittrick Taylor. Today we have a great show for you. We have a show where we're going to talk about Leigh disease, and I'm bringing someone on whose mom is battling that today. And let's give a great hand for Miss Leticia Hamlett. How you doing, T? I can call you T because that is my niece. But
Yes.
how's your day going so far? You good?
It's good. Doing good. Just trying to stay cool. It's so hot.
Oh yeah, 118 every day, all day for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Not
so
ready.
today I thank you for just coming on. Let's talk first about who Leticia is. Give me some dynamics of your family, your upbringing briefly, and go from there. Give the audience a little warm welcome on you.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Leticia Hamlett. I'm currently in my early 30s. I have two children, a boy and a girl, 10 years old, 12 years old. And my mom is Lucille Walker. My father is Jeffrey Hamlett. And my mom is the daughter of Lillian Walker and L.B. Walker.
That'll
And
be
this
my
is my
dad.
uncle. So
Okay,
that's where he comes from.
there it
Okay.
is. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. So Leticia, we're here today to discuss your mom. And could you tell everyone, like, what was your mom diagnosed with? What was the name of that syndrome, that disease?
My mom was diagnosed with this syndrome called Leigh disease, or Leigh syndrome rather, and it's a neurological disorder.
A neurological. Wow. So that disease, and as I did a little research, that disease actually it's unusual for an older adult to have it. Is that like happen normally in young kids from birth to
Cor-
like 2 or 3?
Correct. Yeah, it's usually normalized, and younger kids is very rare for adults to get it.
Wow, and mom is still kicking. That's awesome.
Yes,
So,
she is.
um, let's talk a little bit about. Let's go in depth about where we at now. Okay, she was diagnosed with that. How old were you at the time that she was diagnosed?
At the time that I found out, I was around at middle school, so exiting middle school, going into high school. So I don't know exactly when she was diagnosed, but when I found out, I was in middle school.
Wow, middle school. That's young, young. Yeah. How did that? So when you found out about that, when you it got to you, what was your feeling like? How did that make you feel? And yeah, talk
I
about.
Honestly, I didn't know what to think or to feel because I didn't know what it was. I was just thinking it was a normal condition she had. But once I realized and I kind of read up on it, what it was, and it was explained to me, then I was like, oh, well, okay, like, what you telling me for? At first, that's what I was kind of thinking because I'm like, I'm young. I mean, it's not my problem.
Wow.
But
You were thrown back though. You said it wasn't your problem, but let me ask you a question. Um, did you prior to your mom being diagnosed, did you see anything different about your mom when you found out? Did you say, "Oh, wait a minute, something"? Did it ring a bell or did it, catch
yeah, it did. After a while, it kind of did ring a bell. After I said it wasn't my problem, I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm starting to see signs. So maybe that has something to do with her condition. Certain things would happen. She would drop things. She would kind of like run into things. She would miss steps, and it was just different things she would happen. But I didn't know why.
it?
And then after a while, it finally started to all make sense.
Wow. That had to be something your age. Like that had to be something to um, feel. Like I said, although you were young and although you say that it was like whatever, but when you actually start seeing what was going on, that had to make you feel some kind of way. Was there something significant? I think you said that she was driving or something that was going on at the time, and that really kind of opened your eye.
Yeah, when I was younger, around maybe like 4 or 5, approximately, I noticed that she would always have car accidents going to school when she would take me to school every day, and I never understood why, because her eyes were wide open. So I'm like, Mom, I know you can see it's a car in front of you. But other than that, I guess that was leading up to her disease. And another incident that happened. is when we went to the gas station, and I was trying to help her pump the gas, and she turned and she squirted in my face, like in my eye. So I was screaming and crying, and she didn't know why. And I told her, gas is in my eye, gas is in my eye. And she just told me, oh, well, wash it out, wash it out. And I still went to school.
Wow, Tish, that's tough right there. So I know at that moment, at that time, you were like, it's serious. It's serious.
Yeah.
So at that point, did you tell someone anything about what was happening with your mom?
No, at the time I didn't. My mom didn't want me to tell anybody because she would figure everything would get taken away from her at the moment someone found out. So I just kind of kept quiet. But eventually they started seeing the signs and taking action. I didn't really have to say anything.
Wow, that's tough. Now, as we were talking, you said something. What was your change? Was there any changes in you at school, your behavior, and so forth? Knowing your mom was going through this, was there any changes in your behavior school wise?
Yeah, when I found out about it, it kind of took me for a loop because I didn't know how to cope with it or how to deal with it. I'm the only child, so I don't have siblings on my mom's side. So it was just kind of like, okay, so what do I do? So I started acting out at school. I started ditching school, and I was doing a lot because I knew she couldn't find me, at the time of her condition.
Wow. But but it did come a time eventually as that went on, you started saying, okay, I got to take care of my mom. I got to do the right things. When did that take place? A little bit after middle school, or would you
Yeah,
say
a little
just
bit after middle
gradually?
school. A little after middle school, going into high school, I'm still young, so I'm like, oh, high school, yay, we in high school. But my high school years was a little bit different because my mom couldn't do everything that I would have liked her to do, stuff like that. So that's when I'm like, okay, I have to step in. Now I have to step up and take care of her the best way I can.
Well, that's amazing. Now, I'm always going to say that that's commendable because at that age, a lot of kids wouldn't know what to do. They would call whoever. But so what? Mom didn't want to know, but want nobody to know. But they would call someone anyway. Now, on to when you was doing it. Let's talk about as you took over. There is some point in time that I believe that your grandmother, correct? Did she step in and start helping that? Because you guys had to take her to some type of therapy and the doctor
hmm
and things like that. When did that take place, and was she the one that just started doing that?
My grandmother was the one who kind of like stepped in. So once she started seeing all the signs, she said, okay, wait, something, we have to do something. So then she started taking her to her primary care doctor. And also after that, then that's when the doctor started referring her to specialists, like the eyes, nose, and ears, so they can check and see what's going on within her body.
Wow, wow. Okay, that's good. So again, I'm just looking at that you just seeing that at this age and dealing with that at that age, and to keep it to hold it together. Were there some times where you just went in a room and went in the back where no one was and just said, you know what, I don't. This is too much for me.
Yeah, definitely had those moments. Definitely, because I felt like it was just me. I felt like nobody else really wanted that responsibility. And then I also felt the guilt because I'm her child. So I felt like I needed to do it, like I had to do it. And there was moments where I just wanted to throw in the towel. And it's kind of moments that I did kind of throw in the towel. But I kind of
Okay.
picked it back up and kept rolling.
Okay, but God wouldn't allow. You kept giving God praise. You kept
Yep.
He's that one. I got to go.
Yep.
But you know what though? It's amazing because even with that said and done, I think you we talked about it. No, I know, and you said even with all that was happening with the Leigh disease, something happened. What happened in 2023 with your mom?
In 2023, my mom had a stroke right here in our home on the couch. It was very scary because I thought after that happened, I thought that was it because she was foaming at the mouth. Like with
Wow.
slobber like coming out of her mouth, and her mouth was just stuck, and her hand was stuck like this.
Oh,
So
wow.
I didn't know what was going on. So luckily, I was able to call my aunt, and she came and told me, "Oh, call 911 because something's not right." So the hospital, when they got to the hospital, they tried to diagnose her with having a seizure. But coming to find out, after all of the tests they ran, it ended up being she had a stroke right in the front of her head right here.
Wow. Just learning that here something else, stroke, and you're still there. Like, okay, what do I do now? So, did you step up even more? It's like I'm here for my mom. Of course you did, but I mean,
Yeah.
just explain that when that stroke, the stroke status start happening.
When the stroke status happened, I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I just kind of asked my auntie, "Okay, watch out for the kids. I got my mom. Like I'm gonna go with my mom. Like I'm gonna go to the hospital with my mom. Like I was in the ambulance with my mom." And so at the time, I dropped everything. Like honestly, I was going to school and I was kind of working, and I just dropped it all just to be by my mom's side. I was still trying to go to school, but it didn't work. So I just told them, I can't do it right now. I have an emergency with my mom that I have to take care
Wow, you're a warrior. That is so awesome. And I heard you say at the beginning of the show you even have kids. So talk about that balance. Like now now you're in your mid 20s and you have a life now, like, and you have to take care of your mom. How did you balance that and having an outside life plus handling your mom by yourself and the kids? Like, how does that look like? What did that talk to us?
it started off very chaotic. I'm not even gonna tell a story. It started off very chaotic, but once I started walking the walk, and of course, having God by my side, I asked him to give me the strategies to be able to get through all of this and balance everything without giving one more attention than the other, and trying to take care of my mom, and just give me the strength. I just needed strength through it all. And that's pretty much, I mean, I can't say nothing else, but God just helped me through it. And He's still helping me through it.
Absolutely. So you took on a role, as a caregiver, like of being a caregiver. Now I'm a caregiver. My mom, I got my kids as a mommy, and you just said it. You just dug within, and of course you trusted in God, and that's the number
Hmm.
one thing. So now moving forward, um, as a caregiver, and now that you did all that, all that you did as a caregiver, could you give other caregivers that's out there that is watching, because this is going to help somebody? Can you give them some keys and some clues on some things that may help them get through as you got through?
I would definitely say the number one thing is prayer. Pray through it.
Prayer.
God is your best friend through this whole thing, and He forever will be, because you're
Well,
going to need it.
yes.
But there's also resources out there to help. So if I would say reach out, find resources that'll help, with the mental health, the physical health, and everything. And I would also say if you have friends, family, seek help, talk to them about it. Maybe they can help you through it. Or either if this person is in a facility or something, see if they can help you, or do they have resources.
Oh, wow. So a little bit on mom, but more on mom. Let me ask you a question. So did mom know she was, because it sounds like she's a strong woman, obviously. So she knew what
Very.
she faced again, that uphill battle. She was pushing, she was kicking, she was, explain some things that, like, to show that my mom's a warrior. My mom is a fighter. She dealt with that. What does that look like?
Yeah, seeing that how my mom progressed from when she found out into how she is now, she's definitely a warrior. I thought I was a warrior. No, she was definitely a warrior because she kept pushing. She still tried to do things on her own. She went to school. She was blind going to school.
Wow,
She
she's
was
like,
blind walking by herself, and she was blind. She would be in the kitchen sometimes, even though with supervision, but she would want to be in the kitchen. She would wash dishes. She'd do house duties. I'm like, how you do this? And she's like, I know the house. I know the house. I just want to be independent. That was my mom's number one thing. She always wanted to be independent.
right, that's
And
awesome.
knowing that she can't really be that independent right now is it's okay. She's okay with it, but that was her number one thing. She wanted to be independent.
Okay. Her status now, what's her status now, just as far as just getting around, and what's her status in that aspect?
Right now her status has changed. She can't really get around like that. She's not really mobile. She's in a wheelchair now. She needs help being fed. So it's just a lot of things has changed over the years, and they told us it was going to progress, but we didn't think it was going to progress that fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still a strong lady. And
Yes.
still a daughter who showed that you can do it. And to all the people out there that are dealing with this syndrome, Leigh syndrome, this lady right here is one who you need to get in contact with. Um, I think it exemplifies a true woman, daughter, person who cares about, her mom, which is huge. And to know that she went through all that, it's amazing that she kept going. But we believe in God and we trust in God. Is there anything that you would want to say extra, or anything outside of what we talked about to your listeners?
Um, I mean, I think I pretty much said everything, but if you want to contact me, I have a Facebook, Leticia Hamlett, and then I also have Instagram, Tish the Boss, so it's TISHTHA Boss number one.
All right.
I'm open.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I want to personally thank you for taking out the time to literally just coming on the show. You didn't have to do it, but you did. Um, we're going to all keep you in prayer. Keep doing what you're doing. Let God take over as you follow Him. But you're a model of a person who someone can follow. So thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up, and I appreciate you.
No problem. Got you, Unc.
So as you see that in anything that you're dealing with, and all the things that I brought on the show, these diseases, and I just want to bring awareness to it. That's the bottom line. That's a Leigh disease, a Leigh disease, and this is my first show on that, and with Leticia Hamlett coming on, sharing that if you're battling with that, contact her. There are some support lines out there that literally that will help you get through. So just always locally contact the help support, the helplines, because caregivers, you go through a lot and you actually really need the help and the support. But I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Please watch this show this Tuesday coming at 6:30. Um, and also go subscribe to my YouTube page, because it will automatically come onto your Facebook page, or will automatically pop onto YouTube if you go subscribe. So I just want to continue to do this. I thank you guys for this day. I thank you guys for all your support. But you've heard it from Leticia Hamlett, who actually helped her mom through and battling with the disease called Leigh disease, or Leigh disease. But thank you for tuning in to the Kid Taylor Talk Show. Until next time, take care of yourself. All right.